you'll be asked to stand for the conferring of your degrees. Then you'll be asked to sit. An usher will collect the last row, take you around the back, and I'll be around there with one of these. Okay, I'll have your name there. And inside will be your academic transcripts and other relevant pieces of paper. And when I give it to you, I ask you to hold it like that. There's a couple of reasons. Now, you all have your mobile phones with you, haven't you? I'm sure you do. You wouldn't have got in that door if you didn't. If you have a pocket, please put it in your pocket. Otherwise, I didn't bring mine. I'd probably ring if I did. Put that there like that, and put your phone at the back, just like that. And that way you don't have any problems. Just at the back of your folder, put your phone. Okay, just like that. And you keep it like that for photographic reasons. Okay, so you go around. Oh, talking about mobile phones. While you are on stage, please, no selfies. Okay? Got that? No selfies. Okay, so you'll come up the fast ramp at that end of the stage, and you'll come out, and there'll be an officer there to check your name. You'll have it checked 3 times. By me when I give you this, by someone in the corner over there, and the officer who's at that desk over there, presenting officer, who will read your name. Okay. As you walk across from there to here, if you're halfway across and you say, oh, sorry, I'm just one step ahead of myself. Presenting officer will read your name, and then you'll walk across the stage. In your case, they'll read your name plus the title of your thesis. So don't come across until that's finished, okay? Presenting officer will do that, and then we'll acknowledge you by touching his bonnet, and we ask you to do the same. Right hand. It's a little bit higher than you think. So if you miss and you hit your face, don't worry. Okay, just as long as you don't hurt yourself or poke your eye out. So you come across here, you get halfway across, and you say, I forgot to do this. You don't have to go back and have another go. Okay, so just keep walking across here to the presiding officer here. The photographer will be there and will take your photograph. Now, this is the official photograph for your graduation. Official. Okay, so make it the best one that's ever been taken, and I'll explain why. Smile, at least. We get a lot of grumpy faces sometimes, but it's a happy occasion, so smile. Okay? Have a photograph taken. Now, there's a reason for saying that, because when you go around the back and you find your photograph and you say, I don't like that, you can't come back and have another go. Okay? So it's a one-off only. When you leave the stage, go across to this red rope, go down through that opening and down the ramp, back to your row. Don't try and do what some did last year and jump over the red rope. Well, they did. And some of them were women with high heels. So potential danger. But do the right thing. Go down there and down the ramp. And back to your row. Now, you won't be in the same seat. Okay? Because first out, first back. So just go into a row and fill up the next available seat. Okay? Now, we'll just fill these rows up. Now, I don't know whether they'll keep the seat for you, I'm not sure. All the doctorates have their own seat when they get back, but you might have to wave your arms and say, that's my seat, that's my seat. So you come back, sit down, there'll be a graduate speaker's address. By whom? Good, well done. When you come, oh, you've probably spoken to somebody about this, when you come you sit down there. But your last one back, so you'll probably come straight up. Graduate speaker's address. And then there'll be a musical interlude, and then the presiding officer will close the ceremony. They will be standing, or they'll ask you to stand, and they'll process out the centre aisle, out through the double doors and around the outside for refreshments where you can meet your family. Okay, now graduates, as you will then be, two rows at a time, if you would, and it just makes things a little bit smoother and a little bit quicker. And then family and friends aren't here, but they can join at the end and join you outside. Okay, so it's a bit less here today, this afternoon, than there was this morning. There's close to 200 this morning. I don't know how many here, I couldn't guess. 150 maybe, who knows? Somebody can count them if they want to. But as I say, congratulations. Enjoy today. It might be the only one you come to. It might be the first of 3. So we'll wait and see. Okay, so enjoy.
experience. It's the teacher of all things. Its lessons propel you forward to overcome obstacles and learn how far you can go. It's what makes you, you. And it's at the heart of every Macquarie University degree. It means you can combine virtual and on-campus learning and personalise your degree. With courses co-created by industry leaders and degrees with inbuilt internships, you learn directly from those with experience. When you're powered by our collective, you get the experience you need to get ahead. You become more than just you. You become you to the power of us. Macquarie University.
When you graduate from Macquarie University, you become part of our alumni community. A vast connected network that spans the globe, with thought leadership and networking events locally and around the world, where you can connect with other alumni, find a future employer or employee. Also, as part of the alumni community, you have access to a wide range of benefits, including special discounts, free access to the library for life, an alumni e-magazine, special events, networks, and career and professional development opportunities. We celebrate and champion our graduate stories and achievements, so stay connected and stay informed. That's you to the power of us. Stay connected by letting us know where your journey takes you. Simply update your details at mq.edu.au/alumni.
Well, hello. I've spoken to the graduates earlier today, and I need to speak to family and friends who've come to support them and share in this wonderful occasion. But it's pretty mundane stuff, I've got to tell you, folks. You know, it's all that housekeeping stuff. Please ask that all mobile phones be turned to silent. I appreciate that. You're welcome to take photographs, but we ask that you don't stand and impede the view of people behind. We ask that you don't walk up and down the centre aisle at any stage, nor approach the stage. If we need to evacuate, please follow the instructions of the security staff. We've not needed them so far. I've been doing this for about 17 years. So we haven't needed them in that 17 years. So let's keep it that way. So no smoking inside. Okay, look, I'm not trying to be smart, but anyway, if we do need to evacuate, please follow the instructions of the security staff. There are portrait facilities at the back, behind the stage. Not here, but you have to go outside to get to it. And some of you may have discovered that already and have used it. And there are other facilities of buying plaques and frame your testimonies. The academic procession will be here shortly. I'm just waiting for a cue from down the back. So, talk to yourselves for a little while, I guess. If you've got some cards, play cards with somebody. So, we'll just wait. Tell your neighbours your life story. Eh? That might amuse them. It might bore them. It won't be long now. Ready to go? Attention again, folks, please. Shortly, the official party will enter the graduation hall. When they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Please stand for the academic procession. If you're able to stand, yes. If you're not, stay seated. Thank you very much.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth
Please be seated. Distinguished guests and graduates, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Warimi Mediga. Hello friends and Nalawa. Welcome. I'd like to begin today by acknowledging that we meet in Wallamata, the traditional country of the Darug people and the ancestral clan lands of the Wallamedigal, the snapperfish people. I wish to pay my respects to those that went before us, our elders and our ancestors, and to thank the University for the invitation to come and join you for this quietly significant thing we do when we do acknowledgement of country. I personally believe it's one of the beautiful and promising features of contemporary Australia, where we get to pay our respects to Aboriginal Australia, as well as affirming ourselves as a people or a nation that care about what is right and work together in our common purpose for the social and environmental healing of our country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the neighbouring Burrabarongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bullangai, or Maria as she's known, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, seeking refuge there during the brutal displacement of Aboriginal people throughout the 1800s. And the place became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. That was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he had met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were mostly naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no armies, no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they've done here in Wallamata for the past 20,000 years or so. So please consider this is not an ideal or some dream yet to be realised. This is normal life for us and for the longest time. And there is no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people and there's still much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good. We are naturally happy and normally very good at looking after each other and the earth. I just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us where you can and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you, all the best in our collective futures. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
am pleased to introduce Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations of Macquarie University, Professor Eric Knight.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your heartfelt acknowledgement of country. Your presence is always appreciated, and we are grateful for your continued support and participation in our graduation ceremonies. Colleagues, esteemed guests, families, friends of our graduands, and most importantly, our graduands themselves. It is my great honour and pleasure to welcome you all to this graduation ceremony. I extend a special greeting to you all from members of the University Council, the governing body of our university. We hope that today will be a joyous and memorable occasion for everyone. I notice we have several young children and even a few babies with us today. Please know that they are especially welcome. We understand that young children may not stay still or quiet throughout the ceremony. Don't stress if they get restless. They are our students of tomorrow, and they are very welcome to run around and make noise. Today marks a significant milestone as we celebrate our soon-to-be graduates. Earning a degree demands intelligence, determination, and perseverance. You have worked tirelessly and should take immense pride in your accomplishments. We share in your pride and joy, and I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each of you. A warm welcome to the families, supporters, and friends of today's graduates. Your presence today speaks volumes about the impact that you have had on their journey. Thank you for celebrating this occasion with us. Originating in Europe, graduation ceremonies are one of the oldest social rituals, and for over 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns like the ones you are wearing and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Since those earliest days, the ceremony has remained almost unchanged, a defining feature in the life of university and its students. We recognise that Macquarie University is not one of those ancient universities. In fact, we are now 62 years young. Though we are amongst the youngest universities in the world, we are immensely proud to partake in this time-honoured ceremony today. Everyone understands that youth has its advantages. Macquarie is a modern and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We are at the crossroads of Sydney's north and northwest, and we are proud because in a city of light and hope, it is education such as the one that you have received here at Macquarie that empowers people from all walks of life to live the life they have reason to value. Every generation faces unique challenges, but today's issues are unprecedented. How we address them will determine our future. I hope your education has emphasised the importance of collaboration for the betterment of our communities, the nation, and our world. As a graduate of a public university, remember to reflect on these questions. How can I help? What is my responsibility? How can I engage in our local and global community? Respectful engagement and constructive dialogue are essential for solving significant problems. Use the skills and experiences from your education to actively participate in these discussions. Share your skills and knowledge. Continue to grow intellectually. Listen, learn from others, and respect diverse views. Stay curious and be a lifelong learner. After all, as Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you did not do than the ones that you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbour, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of the community that we proudly call Macquarie University. Before I do that, let me first introduce our occasional speaker for today. It's a great honour to welcome Dr. Inez Hawa. Dr. Inez Hawa is an Indigenous Maori scholar in critical Indigenous studies at Macquarie University, whose work advances Indigenous methodologies, relational research practice, and the experiences of Indigenous peoples across multiple Indigenous homelands. She facilitates the Indigenous HDR internship program within the Centre for Critical Indigenous Studies, a research training initiative supporting Indigenous postgraduate researchers through mentorship, research skills development, and scholarly community building. The program was shortlisted in the 2025 Macquarie University Vice-Chancellors Awards for Excellence in Education. Her article, Manahiri Taga, In the Manner of Being a Guest, a methodology framework for Indigenous researchers on other Indigenous lands, was published in the Journal of Global Indigeneity. It proposes a relational framework grounded in Maori concepts of responsibility, humility and respect when undertaking research on other Indigenous territories. The article is the most read in the journal's history and encapsulates much of her work on the ethics and responsibilities of being a guest on other Indigenous lands. Please join me in now welcoming Dr. Inez Howard to deliver the occasional address.
Warami, tēnā koutou katoa, watawai. Good afternoon, everyone. I acknowledge the presiding officer, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates, and your families and friends. Thank you, Uncle Chris, for your acknowledgement of country. Thank you for your inspiring words. I am grateful that we have you, an elder of the Darug Nation, here to generously share your wisdom and warmth with us. I'm also grateful to Sovereign Walamata, these unceded lands, waters and skies to whom Walamatagal peoples belong, and I acknowledge the continuing connections of country, relatives and ancestors. And I acknowledge that Walamata has always been a place of learning. For underneath and around this auditorium and all the surrounding concrete, steel and glass that make up this institution, there exists thousands and thousands and thousands of generations of knowledges and wisdom. And I recognise that this is the foundation for all of our learning. And I also know that long after this auditorium and all the surrounding buildings are gone, and well after we are all truly gone, Walamatagal knowledges, connections and sovereignty will here remain as it has from the first sunrise. As a settler in Australia, I offer my gratitude to Darug country and peoples and ancestors for nurturing and growing my family for 4 generations now. And I extend this acknowledgement and gratitude to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here today, to your countries, islands and ancestors. I would like to say a big kia ora, tēnā koutou katoa, to the biggest, best mob from Nuka that are here, and the elders and ancestors that you bring with you too. Tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Thank you. Gosh, what an honour it is to give this occasional address, to witness such brilliance and achievements being recognised today. Congratulations, graduates. You have much to be proud of. It is a mighty achievement that you have completed your degrees, and I will be cheering each of you on as you cross the stage. I hope that you have the opportunity to celebrate your success tonight, maybe for the rest of the week, the weekend, maybe for a couple of weeks even, however long it takes for you to revel in your accomplishments as you prepare for the journeys ahead of you. It is such a privilege to be addressing you all today, and I have thought long and hard about what meaningful and inspiring words I can share with you. Many of the graduate speeches I have heard express similar sentiments to dream big, go forth and build, create your own destiny. And there are versions of follow your passion, be so good they can't ignore you, and don't just follow or chase your dreams, hunt them down. And then there are sentiments of resilience like be brave, or for every winter there is a summer. And as my neighbour's niece, Taylor Swift, says, you will screw it up sometimes, but I know that you'll be okay. And then there are words that speak to self-worth and growth, like those of my uncle Billy Shakespeare, who says, this above all, to thine own self be true. And of course, my new BFF, Bad Bunny, who says, "You are worth more than you know." For sure, these words are inspiring and worth aspiring to. But knowing that amongst all of the excitement here, there are also some seeds of apprehension planted by unknown journeys and unknown futures. So I thought I would share with you some sentiments that I had wished I had considered and applied when I was in your shoes. Things that I have come to understand are of great importance. The first is cringe. Yes, cringe. Embrace cringe. Why, you might ask? Because it is liberating. In a world where we are constantly surveilled, judged, seeking and dishing out acceptance, throwing out and removing likes and hearts, choose cringe. Make mistakes. Be earnest. Be sincere. In the words of my cousin and famous academic Beyonce, I break chains all by myself. Choose cringe and disrupt the never-ending streaming of the infotainment of our lives. Break the shackles and shed the cloaks of judgment. Be earnest and authentic. It will set you free, and you may just find your people and path in the process. The next is curiosity. Be curious. In the words of the Nobel Peace Prize-winning scholar Ted Lasso, be curious, not judgmental. Like cringe, curiosity claps back at judgment. Curiosity cultivates knowledge. Unlike AI, ChatGPT, and all of those artificial answers so readily available to us now, curiosity has the power to reveal and discover so much more than answers. We never stop learning, and it's the journeys that we take to arrive at the destinations, at the answers, at the solutions, where the real meaningful stuff of life is gathered. Graduates, I also urge you to embark on your respective journeys with kindness and integrity. Today, everywhere we turn, even when we aren't looking, we are bombarded with so many things that can dictate and define our lives, and for real, right, not much of it demonstrates kindness and integrity. Be kind, speak for those who can't, be accountable, be aware. Finally, you can do all of this by seeking out stories. I do realise that you have just spent some years where you have learnt about narratives and logics and theory, and perhaps you were even taught here that stories might be too subjective to be knowledge. But I'm here to tell you that this is not the case. Stories are histories and insights. Stories are remembering and truth-telling. Stories are relationships. It will be the stories that are told about us, that describe and define us, that remember us while we are here, and of course when we're not, when we're gone. What is the story of you, of this place, of this day, of your ideas, of your joy? What are these stories of the person sitting next to you, of all the people you have and will meet, of peoples you do not know? Stories are the way that we find relationality and transformation. Stories are the way that we connect. Stories are wisdom. So as I look around this auditorium with more than half the space filled with your loved ones, remember, graduates, it's to express your gratitude to those who helped you get here. For me, it's my family, my ancestors, and all of the dragon-slaying Indigenous scholars I have learnt from. Some of them are sitting behind me. What is the story of your gratitude? What is the story of your privilege? And what will be the story of your reciprocity and appreciation? So, as it is nearly time to walk the stage and for me to cheer you on, I leave this with you. Choose to be cringe, earnest, sincere, and free of judgment. Always choose curiosity first. before answers and before beliefs. Choose stories, seek out stories to understand, not just learn, and make your story full of kindness and integrity. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations to your loved ones. You all have much to be proud of. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Thank you.
Winners, thank you so much for those thoughtful remarks and your openness in sharing your story with us so that we can better get to know you, but also get to better know ourselves, and through that embody that very special Macquarie idea of you to the power of us, which maybe fits within your notion of a relational framework. So thank you very much. Graduation is such an important part of the university calendar. My colleagues and I always look forward to these ceremonies and to conferring degrees on those who have met our requirements for such awards. I now call on our Acting Registrar, Professor Leanne Piggott, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for these awards.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Organisations, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority delegated from the Council, I now admit each of you present here today, and also who are unable to join us, to the degrees for which you have been qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Albert Acton, Deputy Dean of Education and Employability at the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Atkin.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations. The graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. Students and staff from the Faculty of Arts develop, critical, inquiring and curious minds. They work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they need in order to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, education, English, geography and planning, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology and security studies and criminology. Through transformative education, Faculty of Arts graduates are equipped to face societal challenges with a deep, evaluative mind, strong reasoning and a well-established ethical compass. They explore their creativity and passions whilst developing transferable skills like communication, critical thinking and digital literacy. These skills are extremely sought after by employees. To our graduates, we are very proud of you and we hold high ambition for all of you. And as you reflect on the last few years, I'm sure you'll agree that Macquarie University is home to a wonderful community of people. The relationships and networks you have formed will continue to serve you well into your future as professional contacts, as academic mentors, and as lifelong friendships. Thank you. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Diploma of Arts, Media and Communications, Zachary Jones. Anak Agung Istri Kesna Maharani. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Media and Communications, Nicholas Chang. William McNamara. Beth May Nichols. Mia Rose Ciara De Andrea. Ava Swanson. Michaela Vuzem. Michaela Attard. Shrithi Dayanand. Rance Andrea. Alexander Butcher. Elizabeth Muster. Benjamin De Courcy. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. John Davey. Regina Rogers. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Media and Communications. Bridget Ashi. Elias Mariano Obonos. Giancarlo Algieri. Georgia Apap. Jade Aquino. Gabriela Atala. Ishta Avakal. Mohammed Ayub. James Bale. Emily Barton. Kezia Burgesson. Matilda Bevan. Sam Biolo. Imogen Brown. Gabrielle Bouffier. Charlie Burt. Laura Cambaz. Charlotte Capaldi. Michelle Cato. Winnie Waihang Chan. Joy Chandra. Olivia Cole. Daniela Collins. Georgia Cowling. Azura Cox. Well done. Darcy Cox. Yen V. Dang. Krishna Devakumar. Georgia Dobson. Wilson Drayton. Samantha Edison. Amaya Edwards. Stacey Edgerton. Yasmin El Kabou. Finbar Evans. Osagumwero Evomwa. Jacqueline Feldman. Charlton Ferris. Lachlan George. Michaela Gordon. Samuel Green. Noel Grimsgard. Tara Gilbert. Bless you. Audrey Gunawan. Mia Haja. Jessica Harrison. Ethan Hawkins. Song Nguyen Ho. Laura Hoschke. Nok Tram Anwin. Maeve Johnson. Stephanie Kasapakis. Sophia Kearns. Natalie Kerr. Sammy Kim. Jess Klaas. Asma Lanani. Amy Lamb. Sienna Laurent. Joanna Leonardo. Eleni Lloyd. William Little. Lani McNamara. Tyra Maloney. Brianna Marshall. Laura Mastronado. Elisa Mather. Andrew Mackenzie. Lily McLaughlin. Madonna Medalia. Jessica Muir. Luca Muscado. Gabrielle Nadar. Himanshi Nair. Austin No. Huang Mei T. Nguyen. Phuong Lin Nguyen. Grace Nielsen. Francisco Mateo Luis Ocampo. Jungbin Oh. Dusun Park. Aisha Pascual. Lily Peters. Ian Peterson. Daniel Phillips. Sophia Pitcher. Amadeo Putro. Nadia Qureshi. Yajat Rana. Laura Reed. Anna Richter. Imogen Rodriguez. Maria Miguel Yasmin Gonzaga Rodriguez. Emily Rotondo. Emily Rubin. Chloe Saltoon. Bima Saputro. Nora Sawa. Nia Sayathi. Sarah Shahid. Freya Shields. Chiai Shimamoto. Emily Stankowski. Lucia Stinziani. Jade Strauss. Emma Sutton. Tom Szymanski. Elisa Toskes. Nofuang Kak Trun. Claudia Turano. Alishan Iqbal Vertigi. Nguyen Ngoc Vivo. Madeline Vu. Ben Wall. Alexandra Weber. Emily Wesley. Mia Wilkin. Nikita Wolf. Andrew Wong. Ivan Wong. Tis Wing Wong. Peiyao Xu. Jiang Zhang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Commerce and Master of Media Communications, Min Lei. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Creative Industries and Master of Media and Communications, Simran Arora. And I present a recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Edward Dang. Thositaratni Nirvan Anantha de Silva. Kushi Gupta. Aryabhima Rahansya Putra. Syed Samid bin Wasim. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Indigenous Education, Siobhan Andreu. Sean Bradley. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Media and Communications, Saminaz Bandali. Galen Banfield. Emma Field. Michaela Patricia Franco. Ti Ngok Mi Huin. Gabriela Ilisevich. Tyra Lola Cass. Jiwoon Samantha Lin. Anja Ella Linnea Magnusson. Behrad Montazeri. Srija Reddy Perum. Huanglan Ni Fang. Min Phuong Pham. An Tu Tran. Ronan Wang. Chloe Wong. Jericho Gabriel Yabut. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a programme of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation for a doctoral degree. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Research in Arts, Lotus Rana, for a thesis entitled Moana Beyond Mutiny, Norfolk Island and the Mutiny on the Bounty Narrative. Lotus Rana. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations, I call on Lotus Rana, who graduated with a Master of Research in the Faculty of Arts, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Rana.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, People and Operations, members of the university, fellow graduates, guests, Noongar Mob, and Uncle Chris, who was here earlier, thank you for your acknowledgement of Darug. I feel really lucky to be here today on this beautiful country that looked after me for many, many years during the years that I lived and studied here. I want to pay my respects to Uncle Chris, to his elders and ancestors, and to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples present today, many of whom are my deadly peers, teachers and mentors in the Centre of Critical Indigenous Studies. What are we all yole? My name is Lotus, and I is one proud Norfolk Islander. That's Norfolk language for hello everyone, how are you? My name is Lotus, and I'm a proud Norfolk Islander. It has been an honour to witness and be part of the transformative work that happens in the Centre of Critical Indigenous Studies, a small but mighty department led by one of the greatest academics there is, Distinguished Professor Bronwyn Carlson. From you, Distinguished Prof, I learned that strength comes from solidarity. While I cannot speak for anyone else's journey to get here today, I imagine that it has not always been smooth sailing. Congratulations, it is a significant achievement for each and every one of us to be here today. My university education has been transformative for me, and it has been shaped by many, many people who have guided and supported me along the way. Dr. Maddie Day was the reason that I enrolled in my Master of Research, and they taught me that love and honesty are really important in the research process. Writing a 20,000-word thesis is a big undertaking. My research centred on my Indigenous ancestors, people who have been colonially represented in thousands of texts. Before beginning the thesis, I did not know any of their names. Slowly, over the course of 2 years, I began to learn them, and that was in no small part due to the courageous work of Norfolk Islanders, Dr. Pauline Reynolds and Sue Pearson, and many other Norfolk, Pitcairn and Maori people who have done so much work to honour our tupuna, our ancestors. Learning and speaking the names of my tupuna, or my come from, has been one of my greatest learning transformations. Some of their names include Vahinyatua, Moatua, Tuawhaiti, Te Raura, Te Io, all the way through to my mother, my mum, who is here today. One of the most humanising things we can do is name, and my thesis allowed me to do that. I am so grateful to my two supervisors, Dr. Tamika Worrell, whose care and rigour has made me a better researcher, and Dr. Inez Hawa, who gave the most un-cringeworthy speech today, whose support and probing questions helped me grow so much. To all the students, staff and global relations in the Centre of Critical Indigenous Studies, thank you for all the love and care and for always reminding me that my indigeneity as a Norfolk Islander is not something that I need to prove. To every person who has been told that you are not Indigenous enough, not Islander enough, not enough, we are more than enough. May we continue to create our own stories and our own voices. May those stories travel far and wide. May we be funded to research on our own terms. May we continue to refuse erasure. May we be joyful. Congratulations, graduates, and thanks for me, all yawly.
Thank you so much, Lotus, for those powerful words, and may your voice echo long beyond this graduation finishes. Can you please join me in thanking her once again?
Apprivoiser, et c'est bien on va qu'on l'appelle s'il lui convient de refuser. Rien n'éphémère à son prière, le pas le bien, l'autre c'est dit. Et c'est l'autre que je préfère, il n'a rien dit, mais il me plaît. Jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Je t'aime, mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Oiseau que tu croyais surprendre, bâti de lit s'envola. L'amour loin de pas l'attendre, tu ne l'attends plus, il est là. Tout autour de toi, vite à vite, il vient, s'en va, puis il revient. Tu crois le tenir, il t'évite, tu crois l'éviter, il te tient. Jamais connu de loi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi. Si tu ne m'aimes pas, si tu ne m'aimes pas, je t'aime. Mais si je t'aime, si je t'aime, prends garde à toi.
Distinguished guests, that was Yolanda Lozerato from Coast Opera Australia. Can you please join me again in thanking her for her performance? Please also join me in thanking our musicians on the organ, Heather Moan Boyd, and on the Chinese traverse flute, Dr. Chai Channing. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank representatives from our alumni community who have generously offered their time to ensure the day runs smoothly so that you can celebrate this occasion. And finally, please join me in thanking our technical staff who ensure that the proceedings can be seen and heard, not just for all of you here today, but for those watching this event on live stream. Graduates, today marks a significant transition in your relationship with Macquarie University, but is far from the end of your journey with us. From this day forward, you will join the extensive Macquarie family, a global network of over 247,000 alumni spanning more than 150 countries. We look forward to welcoming you back on campus for alumni events, further studies, or simply to reminisce. Earning a degree brings opportunities and privileges, but also responsibilities. Commit to lifelong learning and inquiry, set ambitious goals, and continue to work hard. It has brought you this far. As Macquarie graduates, I hope that you will use what you have learnt both for your benefit and for the betterment of our community. Uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are with you here today. To acknowledge their contribution, I'd like to ask all of the graduates to please stand. Now please place your testaments on your seats. Turn to your families and friends and give them a mighty round of applause. Please turn around but remain standing. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them. Graduates, please pick up your testaments from your seats. The official party will soon leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, Gaudiamus Igitur, which begins with the Latin lyrics, Dum sumus Jevenes. This song whimsically speaks of youth and of old age, the brevity of life and the inevitability of death. Now may I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I will lead the graduating party out with the official party. I'd also like you all to enjoy some refreshments outside. To the graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and best wishes for your futures, filled with success, satisfaction and happiness. In closing today's celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudiamus Igitur, therefore let us rejoice.